What do I do with my kids when we are not homeschooling? You know, it's great that our homeschool day does not last very long, but then does that give me a ton of work to try to entertain these children? Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea. Well, in this video, I'm going to answer a question that I thought was really good, which was, what do I do with my kids for the rest of the day when we are not homeschooling? That is actually a great question because I bet you that is a concern quite often for people when they consider homeschooling. So I'm here to help you with that today. And I'm also trying to think of things that are repeatable pretty much anywhere and that are also inexpensive. I do have a lot of ideas that I can share with you that you could do wherever you are in the world. The first thing that I think is really wonderful to think about, this is what's great about Charlotte Mason. When you start to look into her methods, there are so many things that kind of just turn into hobbies for the kids that they want to do just in their free time. And one of those things is handicrafts. Handicrafts is a part of a Charlotte Mason curriculum where you are learning how to physically make things. And so one of the things that like my daughter in particular really likes to make are little friendship bracelets. And so this is one that she just made this afternoon and brought it down to me, and because she was just spending some time making her friendship bracelet. That is just one simple little thing that practically anybody can do. I think I got my kids started making friendship bracelets when they were probably 5 because it's just knotting string together. Last year I learned how to crochet and knit, and so this winter I'm kind of saving it as a winter activity. I'm going to teach my kids as well, because I just think that they'll think it's fun to learn how to make cute little things with yarn. I also like to leave art supplies where my kids can find them, at least the art supplies that I want them to find. I will leave in arm's reach for them. Behind me on my daughter's desk, she has a bunch of like little googly eyes that she's gluing to paper and making some kind of creation back there. Also just tons of markers and crayons and colored pencils and things like that that we just have around that are available to pick up. Oh, one fun thing, a lot of times during the holidays is I'll buy on Amazon these huge coloring mats. That takes up hours of time, and it's fun, especially if you have family or friends over, because it becomes kind of a group project. So big group coloring projects are always really fun. I also have this reusable washable table cover that is the United States that you can color on, and then you can wash it and color it again. So that's really fun. Just stuff like that. I just like to have out. Things like puzzles will have out a lot where somebody can just pick up and work on it. I mean, this does make your house a little bit more cluttered. It does. But if you can kind of keep it contained, then it's really wonderful how they can be a little bit more independent with it. Now, if there is good weather, I like to put a bucket of water in the backyard and set my kids loose with those Dollar Tree water sprayers where you can put it in the bucket of water and pull the water out and then they can shoot it. So, I mean, I'll put them to work just watering plants, but then they also may have a water fight back there. It just depends on the day. And I mean, truly, they will spend hours back there doing that. Oh, I do have this fun thing. I keep this in my house next to the front door, kind of with where our shoes are. And I will grab it if we're going to a park or playground or something like that, or really just any kind of sightseeing thing where I'm not quite sure what the sitting down situation might be. This is a monkey mat, the best baby gift ever. And actually, I think my husband found it on Shark Tank and he got it, but this has turned into the baby gift that we send to everybody in our lives who ever had a baby. It comes out into this big blanket that will never get ruined because it's this vinyl kind of material. I don't know what this is called. Rayon, whatever. But they have these little weights in the corners so it lays down flat. I mean, it's not going to lay flat in a heavy wind, but it does its job kind of to keep it down flat enough. And it's pretty big. I mean, so I always have this with me. It fits in your purse. It folds up into absolutely nothing, and you don't even have to fold it when you're done with it. So anyway, this is how I can lengthen the time that kids are willing to be at a playground or a park if they can come and sit on the blanket for a rest real quick, or sit down and have a nice place to eat lunch. It also makes it more fun for me that I can kind of spread out on this blanket and do some work or read or just do whatever I need to do. But outside, it's really wonderful. So I love this thing. I also have more of a picnic blanket in the back of my car, which is great for beaches. If the ground is wet, it's just a little bit thicker, but this is pretty much all weather as well. And I have used it for years, like since my kids were babies, and it has never broken or gotten a hole in. I mean, I would say that I'm probably a super heavy user of whatever this product, however long it was supposed to last, but this is just kind of always around. So I love that thing. Okay. Oh, musical instruments are also a part of the Charlotte Mason curriculum, and they can be expensive for sure, but there are also cheaper ways to go about doing a musical instrument, which also just turns into a hobby that your kids will just sit down and start doing. I love musical instruments. See, when I was growing up, I played the clarinet. And the bad thing about the clarinet is like you've got to put it together and clean it. And there was just like some maintenance involved with it. Whereas if you have something like a piano or a guitar, you can literally just sit down and start playing it or pick it up and start playing it. We do have a piano, but if you don't have one or if it's expensive, a ukulele is very inexpensive. I got ukuleles for my kids for Christmas last year, and they were each $30. We take the classes that are on Master Books Academy, which are also quite inexpensive. And it's just something that we can pick up and play just for something to do, something to work on. I mean, they also have each other too to play with. They'll play board games and cards, and we've learned recently how to play chess, and that's been really fun too. So we also just constantly have this chessboard out with the chess pieces ready to go in our living room. And so that is kind of a tip too, to have things. You don't have to have everything out all the time, but we'll usually have the chessboard is set up. And then another time the chessboard's not there, but a puzzle is out. Sometimes the puzzle's not there, but like a big, huge coloring page that everybody can just add in their work is set up. So just having like little things like that that are just around and available to do, especially in those maybe winter months, is something that we do a lot. Okay, so yeah, if you're back at home, I mean, obviously things like audiobooks are great. Entertainment where your kids can just listen to those up in their rooms. About their rooms, for us, we try to make their rooms places where they would want to be. There are comfy chairs in their rooms and good reading lights and lots of books in there. Also in our kids' rooms, they each have a record player. And at least in our son's room, he also has a CD player. So we like to be able to let them play music that they want to play. That's not going to be like on a digital device, like a smartphone or something where they could get into other things. Also, just depending on your kid and the things that they like to do. My son is really into things like kickboxing and taekwondo. And so he kind of likes to have a workout challenge. And so sometimes my husband will just leave him a list before he goes to work in the morning, a workout routine for him to do. And then my son kind of gets a bit of a kick out of doing that, of what his dad told him to do. 20 jumping jacks, 20 sit-ups, 10 push-ups, run around the house 5 times. It's just kind of almost like a little game. I mean, that might not be for everybody, but my son likes it. And, it's just good physical challenge, physical activity. So all of those ideas were not including any kind of screen time. And I mean, we do have screen time in our house. When it comes to just videos, I love Canon Plus. We are Canon Plus members. And if you are wanting to get rid of Netflix, but you still kind of like to have something for your kids to watch, like children's programming, Canon Plus is great. These animated storybooks are really good. They have these shows like this is The Hobbit and The Return of the King from Tolkien. The Adventures of Tintin, really good. Green Ember series. Animated shows, Sherlock Hound is really cute. My kids loved Swiss Family Robinson, loved Tom Sawyer, loved Little Women. Those are all series that they can watch, so it takes a while to get through. Tons of good books, and my daughter is obsessed with these Creature Kids, where it's just an art program where he walks you through different steps on how to draw cute things like flamingos and tigers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, also just like the classic cartoons, which are so great. So as far as kid programming goes, if you don't have Netflix or don't want to have Netflix, totally understand, but Canon Plus is a great option. If you do have Netflix though, and you want to make it a little bit more educational, I will say if you're trying to learn a different language, to find a kids show where you can change the audio to Spanish or your target language. There's a lot of them on there that have tons of options. So a lot of times, especially if there's a show on there that my kids have seen several times, you can change the audio into Spanish. And so at least if she's going to watch it, I was having her watch it in Spanish. So Yeah, just a tip, just a little idea, especially if they've seen it before, so they don't really mind that too much. So if you are another mom that has a tip, please leave that in the comments below. I and everybody else would appreciate the ideas. What keeps your kids busy when you are not homeschooling? That is the question of the day. I appreciate you so much for watching and for your comments and for subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.